President Obama's decision to overturn more than 50 years of isolation against Cuba has shocked many people in Washington. Some support the president's plan, while others are vowing to fight it. The president has directed Secretary of State John Kerry to work on reestablishing diplomatic relations and eventually to open a U.S. embassy in Havana. But some lawmakers say the U.S. should not be normalizing relations with a country they see as a brutal oppressor of its people. With Congress out of town right now on a holiday recess, it's hard to calculate support for the White House policy shift. But opinions are actually not falling along party lines.
I think it stinks. I think it's wrong. I'm deeply disappointed in the president.
But I've always said if somebody is going to limit my travel, it should be a communist, not my own government.
Lawmakers will return in January, and the president says he will work with the Republican-controlled Congress to end the embargo that's been in place since 1961. But ending that embargo is certainly a divisive issue for many parts of this country. As WIAT 42 News reporter Chris Womack tells us, some see this as a great business opportunity, but others are leery of opening our doors to Cuba.
Humidor keeps the cigars humidified properly.
Which is important because enjoying a cigar is best done when it's done right.
It's a kind of relaxation, conversational, social thing, you know.
The world knows.
Most of the cigars here are Dominican, Honduran, or Nicaraguan.
And most people know about one particular country's prowess with cigars. President Obama's recent comments about reopening relations with Cuba has cigar fans fired up.
You always want what you can't have, you know, the forbidden fruit.
That was, February 14th, 1959.
Miguel Dieguez knows the Cuban culture. He was born there in the 1930s.
We were able to live that paradise, sarcastic, you know.
He started a successful animal care practice in America that his son now runs. But his marriage is Cuban, his blood is Cuban, and that's about all he has left from the time in his native land.
We lost everything we had. My father and my father as a physician, one day he came to his office and there was some security people at the front door.
The business side is pretty clear.
It would bring a lot of new interest to premium hand-rolled cigars.
But for some, the rest is still hard to see.
Hopefully something better will come out of this for Cuba and the U.S. But I have to see that to believe it, you know, because...
In Birmingham, Chris Womack, WIAT 42 News, coverage you can count on.